Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Sunless Skies. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're chose to join me today here in Wolfsley Station. I'm gonna drop some stuff at the bank. Can I just click? I can just click. Let's go ahead and keep 3. Let's keep only 1, because we are probably gonna need to buy more supplies. We are here, and we are gonna hire somebody. Let's see. This fortunate navigator, he's eager for a new challenge. Can I pay? It's the same as always. Okay, that's actually pretty good because I have a lot of money. So maybe I should go into the bazaar. Ooh, prospects. Okay, this is great. We have missions then. More importantly, I should go. So we're not gonna be able to get a new engine anytime soon. But what I really wanted was the. Yeah, it's about that. I don't have anything to sell, unfortunately. So that's that. So in the bazaar, let's see what we have before we hire anybody new. Seeds for Port Haven. Now we could go to Port Haven. Up to 3 sacks of verdant seeds. That would be fantastic, but I don't know where to buy them. And then to Port Prosper, which is where I need to go. And we need to get 3 consignments of souls. Wait a minute, don't we have something like that? Or what is that in particular? Possessions. Because I don't know what that is. I don't think I've seen it. Well, actually, an easy way to check on that would be to go into the bazaar. Not the bazaar. Here. Go into selling. And see if it is here. I don't see consignment of souls. I mean, maybe I should just get them. The opportunities. I mean, we're not going there, but we could go to Port Prosper, and let's see. So Lord something or other of Port Prosper requires 3 consignments of souls for an infernally themed party to celebrate his diamond wedding anniversary. The quality of the souls is immaterial. Their function will be purely decorative. God save the Queen, etc. Prosper lies to the northwest of Winchester. Yes, we are trying to go over there. I'm going to claim that and not do it. Or rather, not claim that one. Because I am considering, because we already have this thing, I am considering getting a additional cargo bay over here. Because we can pay for that and just do it. In long term, that's going to be good. However, having money is also pretty good. Right? So I'm going to do that instead. I'm going to have money instead of buying cargo. And I'm also going to have this new recruit. So can I follow my ambition here? Have I done anything? I have not. Okay. And then I had another one down here. Repair my locomotive. Oh yeah, I need to do that. Halfway. How much is that? It's only 78. That's pretty good. So nope. I did the whole thing. It's fine. I think it charges according to what we need, and that way we will survive, because hopefully we will indeed survive. Okay, so let's recruit a fortunate navigator. A fortunate navigator is thoroughly examining your engine's pipework. Crucial bit, this. Look how it's been maintained. Beautiful. Your stoker beams. Ah, it was me. I made flight patch now. Well, he's eager to challenge. That's a navigator. A first officer who increases your iron by 6 and your affiliation to the establishment by 1. Now, that is a first officer and we have none. And that's that. You won't regret this, Captain. The navigator pumps your hand. He's an imperial people descended from ancient Mongolians and led by the Eagle Khan, whose technology opened the doors to the skies. A passing skyfarer tussles navigator's hair. For luck, the woman says with a grin. The navigator rolls his eyes. She's from my last crew. They thought I brought them luck. I didn't, but I'm still a good hire. Well, welcome on in. Glad to have you aboard, and it's really good that we have that. We might want to get some crew as well. I got just before I started recording, I got a loading screen that told me to keep my my engine well crewed. Otherwise, we need to decide what to do on the field. I'm not really sure if that's affecting our chances. And that's where we get. Okay, so recruit up to 3 or 4 crew. You may now acquire crew. Hire a few crew. They're always... How does that work? Well, I assume... Yeah, I don't know if I am paying 30 per or 30 for 3 or 4. So I'm not going to do that. And we're going to leave. So right now we have a journal and we have many things to do. Mostly we just need to go to Northeast, which is pretty good because... Oh, did I change the volume? I did not. Because I know it's not that way. We've been to Hiras recently and we can just go that way and do that instead. So let's undock and we're leaving. Foo-foo! We can't do the pipe thing. What is it called? I don't know. The thing that I tried to mimic? Yeah. At least I don't think that's... Let's look. Let's go into controls and see if we have a thing. Let's see. Move left, lateral, thrust. Oh, by the way, I've been messing around off camera about this, and I am now going to be a lot better at fighting. Because this, you hold E and Q rather than just tap it. And that's why I was doing like... Yeah, you might have noticed what I was doing, and if you know if you know how to play, you might have been facepalming all the while. So I do apologize for that. But there's no... It would be really cool if we could get, like, a... Oh! I was trying to slow down. Pressed... Just wanted to get my terror a little bit... Huh. You need to hold S to be able to stop the cruise control. Unless you just press C, which does indeed stop cruise control. Okay, it's not really cruise control, it's just jam the throttle on, or whatever. I'm not really sure how locomotives work. I imagine there's a throttle, because it makes sense for there to be. A throttle, the name throttle, it's literally just throttling the passage of air in a internal combustion engine. Although modern ones and even semi-modern internal combustion engines have more complicated actuating devices, but a throttle is basically you open a pipe or close it. The Hebrian wilds have devoured countless attempts at settlement. This is a forsaken place, and we're about to engage fuel right there. So in a steam engine, you probably don't have the passage of air because it's not how that works. It works by boiling water. So maybe it works the opposite way. If you let the steam out, it's losing power. Because I think that's what the I'm not really sure. I don't know enough about steam engines. I know that some people really enjoy the mechanisms and all that, and have a lot of respect for the machinery itself. It's quite beautiful, but I'm not well versed. So yeah, if you like machines like these, by all means, let me know in the comments how that works. Let us all know. I think we're going in a good direction. This is good. We are not getting enemies, which is also very good. We're gonna get our terror gone as soon as we find Port Prosper. We're going there because of our devil. Hopefully he doesn't leave us because he's being used. Is he being used? Yes, he's a signaler. Iron and Veals. I'm gonna send the bat out. Even though probably just gonna tell me, hey, you missed something. He didn't tell me I missed anything. Terrible things. Vast. The sky is vast and the winds bite. Nothing to report. And it's interesting that it goes north. Look at that. Always the same. Shouldn't stick. We found it. We also found that. Let's find out how this works. If I'm gonna be good at dodging and all that. Okay, that's the Tacites. Oh, you stop you that. Okay. That's pretty good. It aggroed. That's also pretty good. Hey! That's pretty bad. Don't crash against me, please. Hey, don't shoot against me either. Oh. Okay, we can raid the hold. Let's go with that. A box is gleaming, resinous and heavy as King Bill's coffin. A sheaf of promises, allowances for an unexpected permission, for the unexpected, permissions for the unwarranted, tacit approval for the dubiously legal. Love it. I'm dubiously legal, not a criminal. Hey, don't shoot against me. It's just, I don't think it is like, aggroed against me. It's just the AI didn't realize what's going on yet. We're not going that way. Crossing the expanse here. No, we are going that way. I don't know if these things are worthwhile. You know, the stuff that we got. The experience is definitely worthwhile. I think it's up. Is that a port? A rumble of far-off refineries, distant searchlights rake the sky. I think we're above. Let's get a bat out here. Oh yeah, there it is. Aggro? No, that's His Majesty's locomotive. There's something down here, and there is indeed a port up there. Huh. These guys are nasty. A broken habitation, long abandoned. I need a thing! A saying! I didn't even know that was a thing. Well, I'm not messing with these guys. I'm going up to that port, because I want the port report, and I want the terror to be gone. Because we're not coming back here anytime soon. It might also be Port Haven, for all I know. Sorry, not Port Haven. It probably isn't. Port Prosper, it is! And we leveled up. Ooh, we have a lot of things, don't we? Promise of Days. Now, I really want to go with hearts, and I really want to go with mirrors. Because, of course. So let's go with mirrors first. And then something with hearts. Let's see, we have a mirrors over here. We have a mirrors over here, and there's a settler over there. That's not very much my character. Let's see if I can get... Oh, there it is. Oh, that's a top hat, of course. You spent your youth in stuffy sitting rooms and chandeliered parlors. Hush, and you can still hear the delicate sound of silver spoons on china cups. You were not ungrateful, but your life was hedged by bounds of civility and expectation. You had to disobey sometimes to discover who you were. When you had to rebel, you did... What? How did you do it? Well, I did it with the thing over the... No, I did the... Well, I'm not doing that. I want this, but I also want hearts. So... It needs to be a settler. Because it's maximum. Let's see. For a time, you lived the hand-to-mouth existence of a homesteader, carving a home on the frontier of the reach. Oh, that's pretty good. A hard-scrabble existence, scratched from the sky a month at a time. The reach is verdant, but its homesteads cling to tiny, exposed sky rocks. Most fail. In the end, what drove you back to the skies? Well... One bad season, that's all it takes. One harvest where the crops grow weeping tumors or venomous nodules. One bad wind that rips a house from its mooring. I love that everything is sky-themed, and it's awesome, and it's everything that it should be. Okay, Prosper, it is quite something, actually. The Mornington Abrathan span, and there's cannoneering. Oh, so many things. Agbonon Spring. Oh, that's quite something over there. Queen's Cross Station. Crammed at the feet of a hulking crag, Port Prosper is a little London, divided into an affluent West End and an impecunious East. I think I know what that is. Like immaculate Maybe? Maybe. It's like impeccable. It reminds me of impeccable, but I don't know what pecunious is. I don't know what pecunious... Anyway, a Queen's Cross is a busy station, crowded with engines that have arrived through the nearby transit relay from Albion. Okay, let's take care of the thing that... Oh, there's the incognito princess that we found before in New Winchester. I can't take care of my demon, or whatever it is. What is it? My signaler. Repentant devil, that's the one. It's the same thing. No, don't show that. That's good. Go away. Shh. So I can ask about the Albion Transit Relay. The Albion Transit Relay lies in a cul-de-sac. I think it's cul-de-sac, but in French most words would be cul-de-sac, with a C at the end. But I think this one is an exception. There's some exceptions. Close to the Port Prosper dock. Deliver the fastidious inspector. Right, it's not the devil, it's the fastidious inspector. She disembarks with her bag in hand and peers up at the clock tower that is being raised above the station. I'm so sorry that it took so long. Let's see. It is tangled with scaffolding and rings with the sound of hammers and cries of workmen. I'm gonna accept my payment. The inspector will depart. Be sure you've held any conversations with her that you wish to. You'll receive fuel and supplies in addition to a sum of money. Ensure you have 6 spaces in your hold before accepting. Well, thank you. I do have 6 spaces. However, what do you mean? What do you mean have a conversation with her? We have affiliations. The establishment. That's not very tackety of me. Huh. Passengers. Madame Lumiere, the pernickety factor, and the fastidious inspector. But she doesn't say anything. So before I do that, let's explore other things. Offer transport to settlers. Let's not go with that. The parsimonious chairman's offices. The offices of the Windward Company on Port Prosper are elegantly appointed, if antiquated. Paintings of old London adorn the walls. The parsimonious chairman has work for ruthless captains. He sits behind his imported mahogany desk. I always mispronounce that word, I'm sorry. A decanter of brandy at his left hand and a series of neatly stacked reports at his right. A fire has been lit in the cavernous hearth. It is too warm. I'm gonna listen to the officer. No, wait, that's not the officer. The offer. He promises an opportunity for profit. Sorry. He pours the brandy into 2 glasses, then produces a ruler to measure the amounts with a 2-dot ellipses, which is a crime against humanity. Anyway, to business, he smiles, revealing the extensive damage to his teeth. I was a pugilist back in London, a young man's game. He stands at the window, watching the starlight bathe the sloping streets of Prosper. This place exists because of constant work. From the politicians who planned it, to the pioneers who built it, to the soldiers who even today defend it from the Tacketies. We have need of more such work. Bring me nameplates from Tackety engines. We keep lists. You will be awarded. Oh. I will do no such thing. I'll not bring down the Tacketies. The parsimonious chairman sighs as though used to disappointment. He allows you to finish your brandy before ringing a little bell. His secretary escorts you. My door, the chairman says as you leave, is always open. Huh. I can come back. Oh, I can write a port report. Or attend a parade. Let's write a port report first and foremost. Very little happens on Port Prosper, but something or someone might take an interest. The factories continue to belch out smoke, while over the bridge hopeful crowds gather outside the Admiral Nelson. That is an establishment, I think. Lovers can be seen strolling arm in arm along the promenade at a respectable distance from their chaperones. There was a brief protest outside the Windward Company factory, swiftly quelled. The scones at the Nelson were as good as ever, though the piquancy of the gem, which I believe is like how spicy it is, but not quite in sort of exotic spice way. It's just sort of in really hot spice way. Anyway, I think that's what it is. Of the jam was less than might be desired. It's interesting, jam. I don't associate spiciness with jam, but I mean, I suppose you could have that. Its narrow streets huddle in the shadow of a great crag. Banners display the stony features of her renewed majesty. Wealthy West Enders strut by, exchanging polite greetings and veiled gossip, while sooty East End workers file to the hour refining factories. Our refining factories, yes, that's the unseasoned hours and all that sort of stuff. Peeling posters promise fresh, wholesome lives in the reach to new arrivals. But most of the posters are years old. More newcomers arrive at Port Prosper than ever leave it. I can, before I attend the parade, search for the amenable host's identity. The house might still be here. It had purple walls, which would surely stand out. If not, you have the locket. Not a soul in Port Prosper recognizes the locket. Who's that, then? Does he still wear his hair like that? Fancy become familiar refrains. From promising is more promising is the house you saw painted in the amenable host's chamber. You locate several candidates, all apparently repainted over the last couple of years, but one is in the exact location as in the host's painting. Nobody seems to remember who owned it or why, but apparently it had once been associated with a parlor of virtue, established not long after Port Prosper's foundation. So I have found no conclusive evidence. I think we're just really going to need to go to the three places. Let's attend a parade and see what we have over here. Gaudy banners fly over the painted rooftops of Port Prosper. The smog of the East End is hidden away by giant posters displaying dragons in varying degrees of vivisection. The cramped streets are clogged with people. Wealthy West Enders promenade about the amusements, while impoverished East Enders work the stalls and huddle by the chestnut fires for warmth. I know. Is chestnut... Is a chestnut the little... what's the... They're like... they come... So if you've seen it in a tree, they come in like a little spiky ball, and you need to open that ball, and you have 2 or 3 chestnuts inside. And I think that is it, because that's why, or I assume it's why it's called chestnuts. But I never know, like walnuts and like there's a bunch of nuts, and I just never know which ones are which, because it's not a native speaker, of course. And it's interesting because here, at least in the city that I live, but here in Portugal in general, we have a tradition of cooking chestnuts in fires by the streets. And there'll be people selling it in a specific time of year. And it's kind of funny because, of course, it's going to be a hot fire. It's kind of fun. I don't know if it's specific here to Portugal, though. It might be elsewhere, or elsewhere in Europe anyway. And this might not be a reference to here, but anyway. A painted dragon pursued by knights is chased through the crowd to a chorus of Ho the Writing! Ho the Writing, is that a song, or are they just saying that? I can mingle with the West Enders or with the East Enders. Now, I'm fighting for the Tacadies. Let's go with the East Enders most. I can fraternize with everyone. Let's go with the East Enders, though. Lurking in the tents or manning the stalls in the side streets, or scowling at the passing gentry. I think that's how it's said. That's just basically just means people. As far as I can tell, it comes from gens, the Latin word, I think. They seem more your level. Let's try that. Oi! A wide-eyed Eastender elbows his comrade somewhere under his jacket. Who's all this, then? A crowd gathers from out of the shadows. You are subjected to a number of looks that, if not quite filthy, are at least grubby. Eventually, the huddle disperses. The first Eastender extends a thin hand, lined and worn. It's a good sign you wanted to talk to us. You spend the afternoon watching vaudeville players satirize the Red Saint and his dragon in an out-of-the-way tent, followed by a hearty supper of roast chestnuts and almost palatable ale down by the station. So I am now tolerated by the Eastenders, and I have sparklers wheel in the sky, lovers race across the span, the scent of butterscotch and candy floss is on the wind. I wonder what candy floss is. Okay, that goes back to that, but we don't have anything here. So that was Port Prosper. That's cool. Okay. Ask about the Albion Transit Relay. Let's go with that. The Albion Transit Relay lies in a cul-de-sac, and we already read that. Another captain may have useful information about the relay. Let's try that. Inquire about the passage. The Albion, of course, being our ship. Is it our ship? No, our ship is the Orpheon. It was the ship of the captain that we started the game with. A garrulous... No, that's capitalized. I don't know what that is. A garrulous captain is delighted to have an excuse to talk. I'm happy to help, Doc. Happy to help. That's probably a Cockney accent or something, and I don't know how to do it. I'm terrible. They point down the clocks. There you are. Keep going past the port. You can't miss it. If you've good eyes, you might even be able to see it from here. Passage ain't free, mind. You can travel first class if you have a ministry stamped permit, or you can bring a couple of barrels of hours to travel second class. Is this to the second map? I think it might take us to the second map. Yeah. So hours. I need hours? Do I really need hours? A couple of barrels of hours to travel second class. Well, that's something. I'd rather not do that before I explore everything. Let's see. Let's take her. I don't know if I have a lot of money. How much money do I have? I have a little bit. That's good enough. And we'll get a little bit. Perched atop a mountain of luggage. She's going to be a first officer. That adds a bunch of things. I might have a first officer already, though. I do have a first officer. Iron, veils, and affiliation with the establishment. And Boheme is... she would be better for me, at least in the mirrors and hearts. But we're out of time for the day, so let's continue next episode and be let down by the fact that we are making bad choices. But we will make a good choice. We're going to deliver the fastidious inspector. For right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Sunless Sky. I really hope you've enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and leave a comment. Like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.